starting at page 43 of the exhibit bundle. That is exhibit CJC 44. You say that you work for government in the office of the Minister of Police. I think that's in paragraph 1 of that affidavit.
That's correct, Commissioner.
Yes. In response to a question by Mr. Shaskalsin, you said that that statement was a lie, correct?
That's
I just
correct.
want a yes or no answer.
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes. I understand you to say you deliberately told this lie for a specific purpose, correct?
Correct, Commissioner.
You told this lie under oath, correct?
Correct, Commissioner.
Now, do you consider an oath to be binding on your conscience?
I consider it, Commissioner.
But in the affidavit I've referred to, you told a lie and you took an oath well knowing that part of the content of that affidavit was a lie, correct?
Correct, but I was on duty in executing my duties, Commissioner.
But it's correct that as you took the oath, you knew, even as you took the oath, that you were lying in that affidavit, correct?
Correct, to achieve the objective of the mission, Commissioner.
But it's correct that you took the oath knowing that you were lying.
It's true, Commissioner. That's correct.
I will ask you, do you consider an oath to be binding on your conscience?
I consider it, Commissioner.
Can you explain, though? Can you explain what you mean by that? There's the oath you took in respect of CJC 44. And as you took the oath, you knew you were lying. When you took that particular oath, did you consider it to be binding on your conscience? That earlier oath, not the one you took before us. Did you consider that to be binding
The one on
your
the affidavit.
Sorry, CJC 44. At page 43.
That's correct. Commissioner, will I be allowed to say something, please?
Can you just answer the question?
Yes.
Did you consider that oath to be binding on your conscience?
For the purpose of the mission I was undertaking, Commissioner, it was the only way to execute that mission.
And can you now answer the question directly? Okay, thank you, I hear you. Can you answer the question directly? Did you consider that oath to be binding on your conscience? Yes or no? You've given an explanation. Now I want a direct answer to my question.
You know, Commissioner, the questions you are putting, it's somehow putting me in a position to, it looks that now the questions are suppressing me. And when I say, may I say something to the Commission, I thought I could bring probably a particular understanding.
Mr. Mogotsi, you do give a very lengthy explanation when you were questioned by Advocate Shaskalsin. You explained fully why you did what you did in respect of the oath in CJC 44. So you've given your full explanation. I am aware of it.
All right.
So in trying to explain again, it cannot be on the basis that you think I do not remember your full explanation.
Yeah.
Advocate Shaskalsin gave you the time to explain. He did not interfere, nor did we interfere. So we have heard your explanation. Do you get me?
I get you, but what I was about to say now, Commissioners, is to add to what I was saying, to give probably, because it seems like this process misses, there is something missing in this process.
Are you going to add something different to what you already explained fully yesterday?
No, given the background I'm going to explain a context that will bring a proper understanding to this.
so that you do not leave this room with a view that you are being suppressed. I'm using your verb. So perhaps let me give you an opportunity to give yet another explanation.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner, when I came here to this commission, I never said I'm a high priest. I said I'm a state agent, and I have an instrument called the legend building, which allows me, in circumstances in executing my duties, to use what you call a false life. It's part of what I do. And the reason I requested to speak, Commissioner, it is because even the evidence leader, I was checking how it's like he's a prosecutor. He's not playing the role of evidence leader. Because I said I am an agent. In circumstances when in executing my duties, I have to lie. Now he come to the people, to the public, and say I'm a professional liar, knowing that I told him if I execute my duties, I do give a certain impression to reach or to get to the bottom of what the mission wants. Because even Madam Commissioner yesterday, she said, I'm bringing allegations, I'm talking about people, allegations that I make, I cannot provide proof. That is my job, commissioners. An agent is not a policeman who will obtain statements that can be presented here. I give intelligence information which must be converted into evidence which the commission wants. And how will that be converted, information be converted? It's when I bring people again who will corroborate what I'm saying to become the evidence that the commission wants. Example about yesterday, she said, are you accusing Brigadier Sebola? And I said, no, but I was going to say the handler is Colonel Koza, is working with Brigadier Johnson, and after the murder of that particular informant, Colonel Singh investigated the case. What does that mean? It means when he meets with the commission, he'll be able to show the commission the light as to up to where his investigation arrived. But the moment you say, you cannot say that, I'm not a policeman. I cannot even analyze what you call intelligence information. And I'm bringing raw information, but I'm not saying I cannot support or I cannot get anyone to come and corroborate. And last thing that I'm trying to say about Senior Counsel Charleson. Evidence leader, maybe I should read this. Please, Commissioner. Evidence leader present evidence in a formal process, such as in a disciplinary or commission of inquiry. Their role is to assist a committee or tribunal by organizing a leading evidence, which include preparing witness, interviewing them, presenting their evidence in a clear and structured way. Unlike a prosecutor, because now, even when he spoke about he gave us this thing to go and read, that me and the legal team should go through it. Now, he comes and talk about the Richards Bay terminal, and I was not prepared, of which I also have a story to tell, that the coal that comes from there goes straight to Israel. There was people protesting in Richards Bay.
Mr. Mogotsi, can you please try to confine yourself to the question of the oath and giving an explanation? Now you appear to be attacking the role of the evidence leader. I'm not quite sure how that relates to how you value or do not value an oath, and why, as you admit, you told a lie in your affidavit, which is annexed here as Exhibit CJC 44. Can you please, I'm giving you all the leeway to explain yourself with regard to the lie that you admittedly told. But please don't veer off to a whole lot of other issues.
Thank you, Commissioner. Then it means, Commissioners, we need to start at this particular point. Does the Commission believe and acknowledge that I'm an agent? If Commission
we cannot answer that. We are still to evaluate the evidence at some point. So we cannot say, yes, we believe you, Mr. Mogotsi. We cannot do that, not now.
Okay. The answer, Commissioner, to the question, because the Commission has not yet arrived at the conclusion if I'm an agent. Commissioners, yes, I lied in executing my duties. My conscience, when signing this affidavit, I took an oath in front of that particular police officer, that commissioner of oath, knowing that it's a lie in executing my duties. That's correct, Commissioner.
I want to suggest to you, Mr. Mogotsi, and hopefully, and depending on the answer that you give, this is the last point I'm making at this stage. I want to suggest to you that an oath is meaningless to you, and I have no reason to believe that the one you took before us here means anything to you. Do you want to comment on that?
No comment, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Mogotsi.
Mr. Mogotsi, maybe just to complete this topic. Yesterday, you discussed with Mr. Chaskalson the judgment, the Northwest judgment, and you remember the conversation about, on the topic of agency, that in your affidavit you had said one thing, and then in your replying affidavit you were making corrections, saying where you referred to August, in fact you meant to refer to September. You remember that conversation?
That's correct, Commissioner.
And all of that is covered in paragraphs 9, 10, 11, and 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, in those paragraphs of the judgment. Now, you paid the attorneys in September, right? You remember that. If you go to page 2 of that bundle, just to remind you that you paid the attorneys on the 10th of August, 2023. You paid Tau Matsimela attorneys. And then again, on the 19th of September, you made another payment. But the first payment is in August already, the 10th. This payment was for this litigation, this first payment. I think that was your evidence yesterday.
That's what I answered yesterday, Commissioner.
Yeah, you said you paid this towards this litigation because a decision had already been made that this matter should be litigated.
Yes, that's what I said. And I said the appointment letter was not yet out. Based on the information from the whistleblower, that's when we started to know. That's correct.
Okay. And you said you became aware of the appointment letter when? I think you say in paragraph 7 that, in paragraph 9, rather, of the judgment, they did nothing after, you were criticized for doing nothing after the letter on 11 August 23, and then in your correction you said the letter, you became aware of it in September.
That's when the letter came, tangibly, like being
So
available.
what were you paying the attorneys for?
I said there was information, and as I was speaking, if commissioners can remember yesterday,
Yes.
I said the Khotle and this Brown Mahut Foundation, they did the payment after we have requested assistance. And I further said, because of the whistleblower who showed that the process, the internal process, without the appointment letter, who confirmed that so-and-so has been appointed. He did that during the month of August. And with that information, whether the lawyers were paid or not, there was no way you could bring an agent application until you get the proof that this so-and-so has been appointed. That's the reason.
Yes, but you see, the judgment says, your affidavit says you only approached the lawyers in September. It says, so in your affidavit,
That's
in
correct.
replying,
That's correct.
you say, I approach the lawyers the legal representatives during September.
That's correct.
Once you've got the letter.
Yes, that's correct.
But we know from the payment that already in August you had approached them without the letter.
Yeah, that's correct. But there was no way you could give them full instructions without the appointment letter.
Yes, so it's not correct in your affidavit, in your replying affidavit, where you said to the court that I approached the legal representatives in September. Where I say August, it's a mistake, because that's what you said in your affidavit. You said to the court, where in the founding affidavit, I said I approached the lawyers in August. That's a mistake. I, in fact, approached them in September. You remember that's what happened,
I remember.
right? But the proof of payment, that schedule on page 2, shows that you actually approached the lawyers in August already.
But it means when the date that should be considered is when you have full instructions. Whether the money is with the lawyers in January and you get full instructions in June, that's the only time you can be able to go to court. Perhaps in the affidavit, there's only an omission that says, we're supposed to have said, we approached our legal team when we have full instructions in September. Perhaps that's what should have been said.
You did not tell the court. The point I'm checking with you is the issue of agency was important, and you understood that, because otherwise you would not have been heard, right? If the matter was considered not to be urgent. What I'm putting to you is the court was misled when it was told that you only approached the lawyers in September, when in fact you approached the lawyers in August. We know that from these documents.
It's true, Commissioner, but
Yes.
what would the lawyer do in August if there were no full instructions, Commissioner? There was nothing they could do.
Yes. No, I'm not arguing what would the lawyers do. I'm just clearing the fact of what the court was not told, or in fact what you said you were correcting, is where you had initially been honest with the court that the lawyers were approached in August, and when the issue of urgency was taken up, you then in your replying affidavit said, I'm correcting this, in fact it was in September. So on just the judgment, it looks like, in fact, in another affidavit, which was not about you being a contact or an informer, in an affidavit before court, in an urgent application, you actually misled the court into believing that you approached the lawyers for the first time in September, when in fact you did so in August. That's all I'm establishing with you.
Perhaps, Commissioner, it should be understood properly. The second payment, there is a second payment in September. It shows that the first payment would have been a deposit. And approaching an attorney without full instructions, it's not like, there's nothing the attorney will do until all instructions are being paid up and submitted all the evidences. Now, it may be an issue of how lawyers are writing, and the commission should take into cognizance. Commissioners, I do not even have matric myself. And when you have a lawyer who prepares documents for you, you read, and as a layman, a lawyer may still not contextualize things in the understanding of this level. But what we know is the deposit was paid, and that whether approached or not approached, perhaps in front of the court, to approach the court means you must have full instructions. But by then there were no full instructions.
On a separate topic, you also discussed yesterday with Mr. Chaskalson that Mr. Matala was he provided assistance in this court application.
That's correct.
You remember that?
That's correct.
And we know this court application was in 2023, so you met him before September 2024. You started interacting with him, with Mr. Matala.
Yes, yes, that's correct.
What was the nature of that relationship, such that he comes and advises you on litigation? What was the nature of your relationship?
As business people, commissioners, and he did not come. Remember, we were talking over the phone. And as business people, you can discuss anything. It doesn't require a particular relationship to talk about anything. If we are known, maybe in Durban, being a successful businessman, and you happen to meet, I don't think there is anything wrong if I should call the businessman in Durban and say, hey, you know, we are having this situation, the local businesses or companies are crying, can't you help us? And that time, he only gave us ideas.
So he called you out of the blue
I called him.
You called him.
That's correct, Commissioner.
You knew him from where when you called him? And I'm asking because until your evidence yesterday, I was under the impression that the first time you had anything to do with him from your evidence was September 2024. And yesterday you conceded that in October already, 2023, you had some dealings with him. So I'm trying to understand the nature of your relationship with him.
There was no any dealings. It's a person that I knew, and that's it. I did not even know. I was not even that much close to him, but I could talk to him, and the issue here was to get assistance on assisting those local business people.
What kind of assistance were you looking for? He's not a lawyer, at least I think. Mr. Matlala is not a lawyer, and you are preparing a court application. What assistance did you
I'm not a lawyer.
for?
I'm not a lawyer, Commissioner. But business people came to me requesting me to help them to go to court. It is not about being an attorney or a lawyer. When someone needs or ask or any kind of, when you engage, a person can hear, oh, this person can help me.
So no, what I'm asking is you called Mr. Matlala. I think that's what you've just said now.
That's correct.
And I'm saying, well, he's not a lawyer, so help us understand. Why did you call him, and what were you expecting from a non-lawyer will say to you about an application to court?
Commissioners, I called him, talking to him, and if you tell him of a scenario of what is happening in Mahike in that time, he will just give you some ideas what to do. It's not that you approach him knowing that he has legal background or something. Mare, it is a norm in most of the cases for any businessman to talk to big business people. Like, he's a big businessman. There's nothing wrong to talk to him.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cheskalson.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Mogotsi.
Good morning, Monize.
I've listened quietly and attentively to your testimony. There's a few things I need to clarify, and I need really short answers because I want to give Mr. Cheskalson his time back. So from 10 o'clock, I'm hoping that he will have his time back. Chair asked you about the oath and whether you consider it binding on your conscience. In the February 2025 affidavit, you give your residential address as Shawelo, Soweto. Have you ever lived in Shawelo, Soweto?
Correctly.
When?
2927 Ngumalo Street, Shawela.
In?
Ngumalo Street, Shawela.
When did you live there?
1990, in the 90s.
So
even this year, we held the funeral at home. It's a home.
In February 2025, you did not live in Shawelo, Soweto?
In 2025?
Yes, February 2025.
That's correct. But
So-
it's also my second home in Johannesburg.
Okay, I will leave it there.
Yeah.
In your affidavit, in your statement at paragraph 15, You say you were an Umkhonto weSizwe operative in 1993.
In the SDU.
Yes.
SDU was the organization in South Africa within. I never went outside as Umkhonto weSizwe.
Wait for my question. Were you ever an Umkhonto weSizwe operative?
Yes, in the SDU, that's correct. Umkhonto weSizwe had SDU, Self-Defense Unit.
Yes. Do you know that Umkhonto weSizwe was disbanded in 1993?
Yes, I'm aware.
Yes. So, as a 13-year-old, you would have been an Umkhonto weSizwe operative in the SDU in 1993, as a 13-year-old?
No, I was not 13 years old. I know you, Commissioner, you are bringing it on the basis of my birthday era. I was not actually born in 1979. I was born in 1977.
So that's another lie in your affidavit when you said you were born in August 1979. That's another lie.
No, Commissioner, it's not a lie. Commissioner, my ID number, my date of birth in the Home Affairs, even my mother knows. I was born in 1977. It is just an era of 1979 from the Home Affairs. And from the Home Affairs, Commissioner, we have tried in so many ways to rectify that. But the moment, you cannot say, I was born in 1979, and then when someone wants your ID number, then you put 1977.
Mr. Mogotsi, it's your affidavit which you signed, and you say in that affidavit, I was born in August 1979.
That's correct, Commissioner. It is
so that is incorrect. You were not born in August 1979.
And I was born, it's not that it's incorrect. I'm saying due to the ID number, my ID number, is incorrect from the Home Affairs.
Yes.
From the Home Affairs. And I grew up like that. And actually, I was born in September 1977, 22 September, not August. But the era that came from the Home Affairs, there was no way I could reverse and change it.
Okay, let's move on from that.
Thank you.
Do you have any form of policing training? Formal policing training? No. Do you have any form of intelligence gathering training? Any formal training?
Clandestine training, yes. Formal, you mean with qualifications?
Yes.
No.
You don't have qualifications?
No. The training was different.
Do you have any form of qualification that involves forensic investigations?
No.
No. But now you want this commission to believe that in 2020, you were hired to investigate irregularities within crime intelligence.
Commissioner, that is a fact. An irregular, the task was given to me, and for the commission, more clarity. It was not the first time. I just could not put. It's not in the statement. It was not the first time I was tasked to do any mission or a job for the crime intelligence.
What qualifies you to conduct that investigation?
My basic training. I have basic training.
Which is what, Mr. Mogotsi? What is your basic training?
On counterintelligence, crime intelligence, and counterintelligence.
Where did you learn that?
We were more than a team of 10. Commissioners, when you get that training, even the pre-1994 arrangement, as you said, the ANC was disbanded in 1993. You will have a class. You will have a class. You will be sent to do certain things. You will have a class. You will be sent from one place to another place. You will be tasked, look at this car, look at these people from KZN, or look at whatever that was required. And after that, you will be tasked.
So that is counterintelligence training to look at cars?
No, Commissioner. I don't, Commissioners, I took this opportunity last time, together with my lawyers, because now the questions we are posing, as far as I've said I'm an agent, I cannot deliberate more than that. I cannot go deeper and deeper into that on my side. We took Senior Counsel Churchillson to meet with my handler at the hospital. He explained to him when I was registered and what happened after deregistration. And it's not only him. I also did job with a mission between 2006 and 2008, proper one, with the former Divisional Commissioner, General Bob Madlanga. As I was saying earlier here, to corroborate information into evidence, if one is allowed, I can bring those people.
Let me interrupt you, Mr. Mogotsi. I said short answers. I don't want you to go to 2008. I want to give Mr. Chaskalson his time back. Lastly, you said to Chair, you want this commission to believe that you are a contact agent. That's what you said in your response to the Chair. Do you accept that as we are sitting here today, you have not provided this commission with any supporting documents that confirm, wait for the question, you have not supported this commission with any supporting documents that confirm your version that you are conducting investigations as a contact agent? We have nothing in front of us. You say you were in Kenya. We don't have your flight tickets. We don't have the communication between you and the person in Kenya. You say you called him on your cell phone. You say you followed Ket Matala to Durban. We don't have your flight tickets. You did not take photos of this place you followed him to. So there's absolutely nothing before us that supports the version that you conducted any of these investigations that you are mentioning. Are you at least prepared to accept that before us as we are sitting here today, other than your statement and your say-so, there are no documents that support the version that you are a contact agent and you conducted these investigations? Yes or no?
The question is very unfair, Commissioner. To say I have nothing, as I just said to you, Commissioners, contact agent, you will never find any identity of a contact agent. You will never. In this whole room, I am a state agent. I'm a contact agent. You will never find a document written contact agent. And as I say, I took
Mr. Mogotsi,
Senior Counsel to the hospital.
Not a document that says contact agent. A document that shows that you conducted these investigations that you claim you were busy with.
No, Commissioners, Senior Counsel will have to answer on that. He met with my co-handler, and I believe they'll provide my file, because when you work, you report. You give your handler, and you report, you give him information, and all that information stays with your handler. There is no way that I can bring papers and give to you. And logically, unless you say, Commissioner, unless Commission has this belief that I just came here to come and impress people. I said, I did section 252A, it is with Ludi Snell. The Commission found it there. I recorded someone and this happened. Commission found it there. I said there is Boko Haram's thing within the crime intelligence. I didn't tell you where to go. I can tell you now that you must go to the analysis department. You will find that thing there. That's how a contact agent works. You cannot find anything written. But I thought because I saw here in this bundle, there is a letter from crime intelligence. I thought we will talk about it. I just don't want to go to it before we get there. I'll answer about that. I'll provide you answers. Okay, you will never get a paper, anything, unless you meet with my co-handler who will provide you with a file.
Mr. Mogotsi, if you're not going to answer the question I'm asking you, maybe let's leave that there. I want to give Mr. Chaskalson his time back.
All right, thank you.